Buenas noches, punters. In case you've forgotten, it's PB here from Racecourse Capital. Good evening, Ty. How are you?
Good evening. I'm good, mate. How are you going?
Mate, it's been a while since we've had a Friday night on the beers.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. Yeah, normally we're sucking lattes and cappuccinos, but finally made it back to our traditional time slot here on a Friday evening. How's the week been?
Busy. Gone fast again. I think I say that every time, but the weeks just go and
Anzac Day.
Yeah. It's
short week.
Some good racing on for the
some really good
Anzac Day racing.
Yeah, some really good racing around the place. Some further retirements of horses. Some militarised got retired as well.
Well, clearly a matter of time for him. Wasn't it?
Nothing more to prove, mate.
Yeah.
Champion horse.
Anyway. Make their money off him now.
Oh, wouldn't you just like to be thrown out of pasture and just, service fillies as you go about your business, mate?
What a nice way of saying a service fee.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Service fees, mate.
You've probably served.
You probably command 10, 15 grand service fee, mate. It's not bad. It's not a bad little earner. It's funny how they don't have any problems with that, but they've got problems with blokes having chicks turn tricks on corners. So, I just... it's all kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah. Bullshit.
Yeah, I know. It's like sending the horse to the brothel. Anyway, let's not get into that. Oh, just getting sorted, getting loose. Oh, God, I've really enjoyed that beer tonight, mate. I must admit. We're on the Forex Summers this evening, aren't we?
We are.
A very light, refreshing ale from the Forex Brewery.
Well, yes.
Yeah, I completely agree with that too. But getting back to what we're all here to talk about, some seriously good races around tomorrow.
There is.
So we got Eagle Farm, Morphettville, Ascot, Rosehill, and Caulfield. So yeah, we're doing okay. Members have been doing okay. We've been giving a nice little return. I was pretty happy with the return that you would have got yesterday if you were following at the Sunshine Coast. We cleared 9 units total. Got a little bit bummed in the first, but we came home with a big cha-ching in the last. And you kids, hey, saving it to last. Where do you want to start tomorrow, mate?
Where do I want to start? I'm going to go bring it all up.
Interesting. This is always like the toughest question. Seriously.
It is. It's really.
It's like asking your wife, what do you want for dinner?
Oh, jeez. That's the toughest.
We've actually just gone through
that was tough. It was.
If you want something, if you didn't want that.
So I get a third opinion.
Yeah, I know. You always ask the big boy, what he wants. He'll eat anything.
Oh, I just get so fucking weird about chicken these days.
Yeah, you and my wife at the same time, mate. Honestly, like once it's cooked, eh? You'll be right.
Cook the fuck out of it.
Just cook the man some chicken and just give him the guts, mate. Add that with a bit of garlic and some soy, mate.
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah.
The honey soy chicken. Anyway, let's get back on. This is not cooking with PB and Ty. This is Racecourse Capital.
On that in the future.
Yeah, we should, eh? We should.
I'd be into it.
I know.
I'd be into it. Would you be into it?
Well, we should ask that question. Throw it back out. Would you like to see a bit of a cooking show between us?
Burger variations.
Oh yeah. You look like the kind of guy that likes to build them and.
Oh mate, I fucking love the process.
How good's a burger? I want a burger now.
Yep, so do I.
Although I was talking to someone today because I had a lovely little leftover cold pizza for lunch today. It's very, very delicious.
Yeah.
And I just said to him, I said, that is my death row meal. Pizza.
Cold?
Hot. Doesn't matter. Shit. Pizza Hut, Marie's, whatever. I just really enjoy. I really enjoy oven baked bread with sauces and meats.
A proper pizza oven here.
And
so if you want to do the segment, then
we should do. Yeah, we should do beers and bits with pizzas one Friday night, mate. We got to go. We got to start doing location.
Burgers, pizzas, burritos.
Do you reckon we might be able to get some bitches? Or is that... Anyway, sorry, Renee. It's been that long since I've had a beer on a Friday night. Look at me, mate. I'm off the leash. Rightio, let's crack on. We're going to start with, by the look of it, we'll start with Eagle Farm. Still going to be sitting on a bit of a soft 5, soft 6. I don't think there'll be any rain tomorrow, so there might be a chance of an upgrade tomorrow morning if we get a little bit of rain. God, I'm sorry, mate. I've had such a busy day being in the polo. I'm smelling a little bit right, mate. I hope you don't mind.
I couldn't smell you, mate, so maybe I'm fucking...
No, it's all me, mate. I promise you. It's all me. Anyway, let's get back to it. Right, so we're looking at race 1 and race 2 at the farm. Eagle Farm tomorrow. We still got to get up to Brisbane. We really do. We need to start doing
Well,
some.
it's nearly the Queensland.
Well,
Carnival,
let's talk about that before we get into it. Let's talk about you going to the Warrnambool Cup, mate.
It has
The carnival.
not even sunk in that I'm flying out of the state.
How
on
good is
Monday
the
morning,
ball?
down to Warrnambool, staying with a good friend, and he's going to show me around the town as well. And
Oh, there's not much to see there,
there's
mate.
not much to see there.
There's a race course, there's a sprint car track, and some lovely beaches, and probably a couple of good bakeries, mate. Nice little homemade sausage roll or meat pie.
Now we're talking. So it's going to be an interesting whirlwind of events, I'd imagine, and hopefully there's not too much rain because it normally fucking rains every year. Hopefully we get some nice blue skies. It could rain, but just rain at night time. Just give us blue sky during the day.
Well, not like last year where it was like fucking freezing cold. But anyway.
Well, yeah, he said actually. Texted me the other day. He said, "Fucking
bring your jackets,
pack your warm stuff."
Yeah, I was going to say
it's getting cold.
Well, 3 hours south of Melbourne, mate. Like we're on the way down to the Southern Bight, and you're just getting lots of cold air down there. Anyway, enough to make nipples cut glass. So I look forward to hearing the debrief when you get back next week on how that all sort of rolls. But anyway, Eagle Farm Race 1. Let's kick it off.
Let's go.
Let's go. Now I'm going to steer away. It's obviously I'm always first, ladies first. Race 1, my pick, and I've actually put this in a little punters group that I'm also in at the moment.
Oh shit! When did this happen?
No, I'm not cheating. Basically, what it is just a group of lads that are in a punters group, which I've gained some access to.
Is it through a work thing?
No, well, it's through a guy that I know through work, and it's some of his friends and his son and etc. Blah blah blah. But basically, what they do is they spend the 12 months building up the kitty, and then they go to Melbourne for a weekend for footy and stuff like that. So I've been elevated into this thing. So
and they just make a group decision on what they want to punt on?
So everyone gets, you're broken up into, so it's me and two other guys in our little group of three, and you've got to put a place bet on, and they multi it. So it's got to be a place bet under $2, and it can be on anything, whether it's horses, football, sport, UFC, whatever it is, on that weekend. Tip's got to be on Friday. And so it's got to be under $2, and so the three of you do that, multi it, and you put $30 on it, and it just ticks along. So some goes into the kitty anyway, and some goes to the bets, and we'll see how we go. Nice.
That's actually a really good idea.
It's a great idea, actually, if you just want to have a little bit of fun without spending too much, but also you're literally banking half, spending half. It's good. So I might have to do a little bit of location stuff when I'm down there in late August and see how we go. But anyway, this one that I've picked is the one that I've put in there that will place, and I actually think it'll do better than that. I think it will win tomorrow, and we're looking at Dark Harmony. No, it's not a name of a girl that you may have met on a Friday or a Saturday night at a certain establishment.
Dark Harmony, Harmony.
Yeah. Could you imagine that, mate? A little bit of caramel chocolate. Woof, woof.
Anyone named Dark Harmony is just
smells like fucking amazing.
You can smell
it. Smells amazing. But anyway, I'm sure they all do. Anyway, the horse Dark Harmony, I think it's going to go quite okay. I think it's ready to win. We've come off a couple of top 5, top 6 placings there. It's been working well. It's ready to win. I think it draws well too. And I'm kind of, happy with Robbie Dolan on the back of this. So I think it's a great way to open the accounts tomorrow with Dark Harmony, currently at $5. Worth some consideration.
All right. I like... There's one that I think this horse was with...
It's got all serious.
With Waller at one point. Yep. Solar Apex. Was that with Waller at one point?
It was, yeah.
Then Waller, then Golan, and now onto Jack Bruce.
Jack Bruce, JB.
Gets a 3 kilo claim. That brings it into 60 kilos. Gate 2, which, well, hopefully that's a good thing tomorrow. I like the way this horse, it was interesting. You watch this replay, it sort of fell away a little bit, and then it came again strong in the end. So I think today it'll be, and it was jumping from 1,400 meters to 1,820. So I think that might have been the reason it was sort of
the old 1820.
Just needed a little bit of exposure at that distance, and I think now it's had that run there. I think it'll be ready for this distance. I think it's sort of dropping back in grade. You sort of from open level. Back to this 75 grade race. But I think $7 for Solar Apex.
It's a bit of an AGB weight relief, mate. So
I think that's a key.
An AGB or?
AGB?
after Grog Bog? Or?
Oh yeah, well that would definitely weigh about 3 kilos.
Yeah, damn straight.
Sort of split the edges on the way through.
The old ring stinger. Anyway,
Haven't had enough fibre to do it before.
too many sandbookers, man.
The other
wow.
one I want to give a push for at double figures. I think it's more aligned if it stays as soft. Is Commodus, ex-Victorian horse that actually ran against some nice horses down there. Where was I? He just threw me right off there.
Hard first needs a big cold beer, mate, and the best cold beer is Vic.
2 back on a soft.
Ooh.
Absolutely bolted in by 4 lengths. I think the soft track is a big plus for this horse if it stays at the soft. It ran on a good track last start in 70 grade and was only a couple of lengths off. But I think if it stays in that soft range at $10 with a 3 kilo claim as well, I think it's actually not a bad bet. Double figures.
All right, I'll give you a roughie because I just fucking love this horse, but I don't love it enough to push it to the top. But I reckon Tappy's Lad is a massive danger. Massive danger.
I actually do. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So it just comes home like the clappers. It could just find these races at $41.
Yeah.
Just wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, it's not a bad little play if you're doing the same race multis or something like that. All right, let's fast forward to race number 2. Interesting type of race, this one. And I've gone with one that I've followed before. It just wasn't good last start. It was good to start before that, but it's Back Demand. Yep. Back Demand, I think if it finds its form from 2
Robbie
runs
going double, mate.
Yeah, I don't mind Robbie. Robbie goes well early, mate. I think if he finds its form from two starts back, I think it'll be a real shot. Yeah, I do like it. I think it found a little bit of traffic last time out and just didn't quite get the runs that it should have got. Finished 5th, but the run before that, Back Demand, it was no one touching it in that race beforehand. So I think that's the way to go with that one.
Alrighty, well, I got a couple. I couldn't split these two. She's a Dandy and A Deal of Humour.
She's a Dandy's a good horse.
And it gets right down to 51 kilos. So it gets a bit of a weight swing on a couple of these others here. $4.80 currently. I think that's actually not a bad price. And like I just mentioned, I think the weight swing is quite a big thing. We've already had good form out of that race with Warp Speed coming out and winning as well. So we know the form's strong. I just love that it's down to 51. I just think that's a really key thing for it. Gate 2 as well, so it should get a pretty good run. A Deal of Humour, it's sort of been around the mark. I feel like it's out to 24. This is 24, isn't it? I haven't fucked that up. Yep, out to 24. I think it'll actually appreciate that. If you go watch the last start, it was powering on pretty well after the line. I think it'll appreciate 24. $5 with Anthony Allen on. Gate 6, I think it'll get a nice run as well. A Deal of Humour.
Fantastic. Rightio, that's Eagle Farm out of the way. Some bigger races coming later. For those that are members, you'll get some awesome little juicy bets from me in the morning. Righto, where are we off to next? Oh, we're off to the west.
Quick decision there, wasn't it?
What's wrong with you, mate? You normally have to sit there and...
It's quicker than me making the decision about chicken, that's for sure.
I just don't know where to go, but you'll have banks on, mate. I flash. All right, out of Ascot. It's been a big couple of weeks out of Ascot with the Quokka and everything else that's been going. It's been good.
Yeah, consistent?
Yes. My tipping hasn't been as consistent, but I've still found you a couple of
Victoria's been a fucking headache, mate, with Mornington and Bendigo. My God.
A couple of your favourites there. Right, so with Ascot, we are looking at races 1 and 2.
Yep.
Yeah, so... So looking at the 9...
Says it all, that noise.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? This is a bit of an interesting race, and I found it a little bit more open than what the market is perhaps doing. But I'm going to go with Pike on Rain Line at $4. It is second up with Pike on the back. I think it's a massive push forward. It was a great run last start just to get home and get second place. So, it started well. It's got it. It's getting the champion on the back now that he's off his suspension and getting back into his form. And I think this goes fairly well. And at $4, I think looks pretty good. It has drifted slightly, so you might be able to get a little bit more value tomorrow. But I'd watch the market. And happy with the draw. I think we're good.
Happy days.
Yourself, sir.
Tactical. Morse
Beep,
code.
beep, 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 beep,
Um,
beep.
I'm going to use the favorite as a saver, Siren Assault. It's just
It's a great horse.
It's going very, very well.
Mm. Disappointing last start though.
Yeah, I think it can bounce back unless it's. I mean, is it reaching the end of its prep? I don't know. But it's racing well enough, I think, to be right in this. I wanted to use it as a saver for Show the Way, which I tipped, I think, as a saver itself the last run where it won.
Did. It's nice at $8.50.
Yeah, I really, really like the price. Look, it's one of those races where it's like everyone's sort of, well, there's a few debutants here, but the ones that have run, it's sort of like they're very close. They're super, super close. It's very hard to split them.
Yeah.
And there's not much information to go with. So I've gone with one that's off the back of a nice win, $8.50. Show the Way. I think he can run another good race.
Awesome. I will give a little nudge to Battle Commander because I have been following it. It wasn't disgraced in its last two runs. It's currently sitting at about $10. It does step up for tomorrow in a little bit of grey, but it's got all the capability to do it. So
yep,
nice little $10 play there for you. All right, racing number two. Yeah, interesting. Star Power ran yesterday.
Really?
Have a look at it. I'm pretty sure it ran yesterday.
Oh, it did.
So it's run yesterday and got second, and they're going to back it up after 2 days.
What the fuck?
And there's a lot of talk about it. It is a very quality horse, but I'm just wondering whether it's got the goods based on running when it ran a couple of days ago. So I am moving on to it. I'm going to challenge it and take it on, and I'm going to look at Go Gromit. Go Gromit. $4.60. It's got a whitish draw, which is going to be okay. It does love running well fresh, don't we all? And I think it's going to be a really, really, really good chance of getting you $465 at the moment.
Has there been a scratching? Because that has come in a long way. Go Gromit.
No, I just think everyone's starting to find the market, mate.
Yeah.
You know, just like me.
Well, you're going to like this.
Yeah!
Yeah, Go Gromit, I think, ready to go.
Very good.
Yeah, when I looked at it earlier, that's why I said, what was it, 650 or something, I think. And that wasn't even that long ago. So they seem to be coming for it now. I think it's sort of a weird... some horses aren't suited to the distance here. And it's just... It likes the track. It's got the track record. It's got the distance record. The track and distance record. There's a lot of ticks. $4.80. So it's been backed in from $6.50. I'm pretty sure it was $6.50.
Yeah, it was.
It was, yeah.
It was when I looked at it this morning.
$6.50 into $4.80. The other one is Bred to Flirt. 2 kilo claim, $8.
Are you, mate? Were you bred to flirt?
Am I?
I don't know, dude. I mean,
well, when it's...
You're not a bad-looking rooster, so...
let's not get silly now. Let's not get silly. Got carried away.
All right.
Bred to Flirt, $8, 2 kilo claim. I think it's good to go. Steps back in distance, but it's done all right at the distance. I don't think that's too much of an issue.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it can step up tomorrow.
Bloody awesome. All right, let's push on. That's Ascot out of the way. Where are we off to next? Here he is. Back to his...
This is an important decision.
Is it really, though? Is it?
Rosehill.
Oh, off to Sydney. We normally don't go early to Sydney, but all right. Race number 1 at Sydney. I'll tell you what, I've got something with a little bit of double figure odds here because I think this first race is very, very open. Very open. Hence why it was a strategic tactic that you picked this race to give away. I'm going to go with one that I perhaps don't really gel with being a tourist, but I'm going to have a crack at Pisces.
You know, when I looked at this, I said, I bet you make a comment about this.
I'm going to have a look at Pisces because I'll tell you what, another one that just loves it fresh. Zach Lloyd on the back, I think, is a really good move. It gets the third barrier. It's been lightly raced. It's as fresh as a daisy. And it doesn't gel well with Taurus, which is what I am. But anyway, it's fine. I think it's going to have a really good chance tomorrow. But at $10, it's crazy not to look at it.
Nice.
You?
The one that stood out at single figures is Point and Shoot.
Mm.
Point and Shoot. Oh, it's actually out to double figures now. There you go. It was at $9. It's out of 10. Point and Shoot.
The drift.
Go and have a look at the trials,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very, very impressive in both trials. Look, trials don't always mean much, but the way it was sort of winning, I think this is a pretty decent horse. Gate 5 for the Bjorn Baker Yard, I think at $10.
Oh,
it's a good play.
Good man.
Couple of roughies, because I think, like you said, I think this is just fucking way open.
Mm.
President
Yes, sir.
and Althoff. President and Althoff.
Mm.
Two Waller runners that President's at $18, Althoff's at $27.
Our boy Nash on the back, mate.
Yeah,
There's a push if I've ever seen one.
President has run around some nice horses already. And I just think had a couple of runs.
Yeah.
The first up run was really, really good. Wasn't that far behind Chateau Miraval and Growing Empire. Growing Empire then went on to win dominantly in Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
So the form's good enough. The form has stacked up. And its trial was actually quite good, quite promising.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, Nash getting on the back of it, I think that's a really nice push. Hopefully Rose Hill's playing fair tomorrow and you don't have to be too close and too forward.
Mm-hmm.
I
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think this horse will be running on really, really well. Althoff is an interesting one. If you go watch the trials, that's another that's like it's had a second and a first in its trials.
Yeah.
And it moves really well, and it looks like quite a big, strong horse. It's just, it's $500,000 horse, and it's a colt for the Waller Yard.
So it's ready to sort of go a little bit, is it?
I think at $27 for a Waller horse that's worth $500,000. That's been going really, really well in the trials. I think that's pretty crazy to me. Maybe it wants further. Maybe it wants a 1400 and further, but looks a nice horse, written by Written Tycoon, and you'd imagine it would handle this sort of shorter distance. Gibbons on the back, and he can ride pretty well, the young fella. So, yeah, there you go.
Rightio. Interesting way to open the card at Rose Hill, but it should be an absolute corker. Race number 2.
Even tougher, this one.
This was even tougher, and there's a couple that I like, but I'll tell you what, I've picked something that I think has got a fairly good chance, currently sitting at $8.50, and I reckon there's a majority of punters out there at about 3:30 in the afternoon wish they packed a little bit more extra gear. With 2 placings in the recent run-ups, I think it's got a lot to go on there. Wide draw is the only question to me that does get a weight drop, and I think extra gear finds another gear and should go fairly close. Giddy up, my man. Giddy up.
What I really like this is a big weight drop from its last run. Hidden Wealth has also gone on to win dominantly next start in Queensland. I would like to see. I prefer it on a wet track, but I think the form line's still strong enough to be in the mix down at 53.5 after the claim. Yeah, like you say, they're obviously a wide draw. It's got to get across.
Yeah,
it doesn't get held out. Extra gear that's come in. That was 9. That's coming to 850. Biographer, I just can't jump off this.
Oh god, you love it, don't you?
Biographer,
Semi-confident on the back.
$8.50. Gate 1, third up, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Fourth up. This thing is good enough to win. It's sort of been around the mark. It's due for a win.
Had a bit honestly
of bad luck, just due for a win.
Yeah.
Form behind Miss Hades, who I think runs tomorrow as well. And that form line's already stacked up with a winner. I cannot remember the name of the horse, but it's already come out and won. So you know the form has already been proven. Oh yes, I do have a roughie for you.
Of course it does.
Of course I do. Sumo Star.
Yeah.
Sumo Star for the Portelli Yard. 54 kilos. Draws wide, which is a concern. Hopefully jumps well enough. But if you go look at its first up run, last prep, it's run around some nice enough horses to be competitive here.
Mm-hmm.
And even if the rain does come and it gets a little bit wet, it'll be fine with that. At the moment, we don't know who's on it. It says unknown for the jockeys, so that'll be interesting. But I think $23, I think it might be the blowout.
Beautiful. All right. Rose Hill out of the way. 2 more to go. Where are we off to? Oh, I'm going to Caulfield.
Ooh.
How good is Caulfield? I fucking love Caulfield. Right, race 1.
What do you reckon?
Race 1. Oh, wow, there's only one horse to pick in this one, mate.
Oh.
Currently sitting at $6. All about pure paradise to me. Absolute pure paradise. I can't not like it. Like,
No, it's got some really strong form lines.
it's
Sure.
yeah. There's a lot to like about it. Like, it's just it's drawn wide. It's probably the only thing I'm unsure at the barrier 14. It's fucking almost in the car park. But I tell you what, likes the track, goes well with the jockey. Yeah, I think Zach Spain on the back.
I think that form line's already been proven.
Oh, yeah.
I think
it has. Almost franked, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a really good go. I had Shin on the back last time, and it was pretty bloody good and got a win done. So I think if they just sort of try and do the same thing with it again, even though the jockey change, I think it'll be very close. So very happy to do that. Currently $556 around the place.
Beautiful.
Yourself.
Tactical. Buse. I was on it in the members the first up run and it missed by a fucking whisker.
It did,
absolutely flying.
I could hear your agony from my joint.
Oh, mate. In at not a real good price this time around, but you'd expect that after that first up run, $2.60. So I think I'm going to use that as a saver. I'm going to go for the top weights with the claims. Bill the Boxer and Rocket Tiger.
Oh, yeah.
Bill the Boxer at $13 and Rocket Tiger at $26.
Sounds like characters out of ABC Kids.
It does.
Hello, I'm Bill the Boxer.
Bill the Boxer's this is a benchmark 70. He's getting in at 60 and a half. I think he's a 77 rater. Getting in right on the around that 60 kilo mark. It's a 77 rater.
He's going to meet the weigh in like a boxer would, hey?
Yeah, he's well in at this level. You only have to go back and have a look at his last preparation and just all of his runs. He is really well suited at benchmark 70. Gate 4, which is great. He'll just roll forward and he'll be tough. He's a tough horse. Rocket Tiger's the other one I think that's definitely gone under the radar here. Now with the Ben Brisbane camp, 3 kilo claim into 60 kilos, coming off a fourth in a Saturday race, just behind Intrepid Eagle, who ran well yesterday, which proved that form pretty strong. And that was quite a tough race too yesterday. So,
yeah, it was.
I think Rocket Tiger gets in here way over the odds at $26. I think that's pretty silly. For a horse at gate 7, it's going to be sitting just there. It's going to have every chance.
Okay.
And if Caulfield plays on pace, which it can sometimes, then it will be there to
with the rail 4 metres out.
Yeah,
potentially will do.
If that's the thing, then it'll be right in the perfect spot. Bill the Boxer, $13. Rocket Tiger, $26. Buse a little saver because I know that it's probably going to improve off that first up run.
Very good. Very good. Some good detail on that. All right. I'm going to fast forward a few races and get into race number 8.
Here we go.
Interesting race. I found this one. I don't want to touch the favourite. It's such a short odds. So I'm going to go Lincolnshire, currently sitting around the $5 mark. Second up, coming out of the Moody stable, and Linda Meach on the back. They can jag a couple of nice little wins, and one first up, comes second up. Likes a good track. Likes happy with everything. I think Linda's going to do it. Nothing but good things to it tomorrow. I think it's a good chance. $5. There he is. I knew he was. The minute he goes quiet, he's all about the same horse.
Lincolnshire comes off a nice win over Caravas. Caravas put Anisa to the sword.
Oh, yes.
Victoria. Anisa has gone on to do some really good things since around some really nice horses. That form is strong enough. To me, that's strong enough. Bold Bastille, obviously a nice horse.
Oh, great horse.
$1.80.
We're not going to discount it, but I just
fuck that.
I want to be. Yeah, I want to.
This is probably the most competitive race it's been in so far.
Yeah.
And I think there's going to be some improvers at big odds here. I'll give you a couple of roughies, just in case this fucking just blows out. Stanley Express. Stanley Express at $20. This is a debutante for the McDonald Yard. Looks a nice horse. If you watch it run, its action. It's got a really nice action. It gets through the ground really well. I I think this is I think at $20. I think they've missed this one. And it's got some really nice jump outs. The others Centre Square at $35 with Declan Bates on for the Markham. You know how good that combo's been lately.
It's been pretty good.
What pushed me into this one is being gelded.
Ooh, nothing like having your balls taken away.
Yeah, so the distraction part of it's gone, and we know that it's got some ability. It's run around some nice horses like Anisa, who I mentioned before. And when a horse is gelded that's already shown some ability, sometimes it can go to the next level. And I think the jockey booking is a bit of a push as well. $35 for Centre Square.
Certainly worth the watch.
Yeah, I just think, if you're not going to put anything small on it, keep an eye on it because I think it'll improve.
One to follow down the track.
And Stanley Express, the other big odds.
Beautiful. Well done, mate. All right, we're going to finish up with Morph. Races 1 and 2 at Morphettville.
This is a good race.
This is a cracking race. I think it's going to be very open. Not going to have a go at the favourite at $1.80. Having said it is an exceptionally good horse.
It is.
I'm not discounting it at all, but I'm going to find something else. I'm looking at the Great Baby. The Great Baby at $7 is where I'll have my money on. It's had back-to-back second places. It's ready to just really sort of take it to it and get the win. Draw is a bit average, but that's okay. I think it can win from there. Just needs a bit of luck out of the jumper just to get over and just transition nicely. But I think the Great Baby's the only one that's going to have a red-hot shot at the favourite tomorrow.
Ooh, confidence.
Yeah, I like that. See what happens after a couple of beers.
Happens to all of us. I was stuck on this race for a long time because, you're looking at horses like Meet Me in Melbourne that are bringing a Victorian form. You're trying to weigh it up. My most confident pick ended up being Wally West.
Oh,
Wally West, and it was actually the recent jump out that actually got me. It's not just that; it's got its previous form around really nice horses relative to this race is good enough. Down at 56.5 kilos, gets a nice gate 6. Jason Holder's on. Go watch the jump out. That's all I can say. Go watch this jump out. It was effortless, and it actually just put him away.
Well, it's good that the jockey that did the jump out sticks for its for its run today as well.
Yeah, it was a really impressive jump out. I think it's ready. It's going to be ready to go. Distance. It's had 3 goes. It's had a first and a third. I think it's going to be absolutely ready to fire tomorrow. A couple of big odds because I love giving out roughies. Declared.
Yep.
Way over the fucking odds at $20. I don't get why this thing's at $20.
It's an interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, John Allen on.
Very interesting point.
Jolly Yard. I don't understand why that's at $20. 1 for 1 at the distance. It has a good track record. Track and distance 1 for 1. I don't get that's out of the same race as the Great Baby. Nice draw, gate 7. I can't really say too much. I just don't understand why it's $20. Another one at big odds, Toes and Water. Toes and Water.
Okay.
$23. Coming off a Victorian run, which has already proven winning form with Perfect coming out yesterday and winning well. And there's been 1 or 2 other winners come out of that race win well as well. So it's sort of like it's a local that's snuck off to Melbourne, got some good form lines and come back. And it's sort of, I think, just gone under the radar a little bit. Terrible gate 12, but $23, I couldn't understand that either. So great track record too. Jockey horse record. So there's a few things there.
A lot of positives there. They just sort of give you that little extra nudge.
I thought $23 is worth. It's like Declared. It's like, why is this thing running around at this price? It's worth having a little bit of a nibble at. But I really liked Wally West at $12. That jump out was outstanding.
Beautiful. All right, race number 2, last one that we're previewing this evening. Yeah, I thought this is another interesting race, but I can't go past the one that I was on last time, which is Pure Agua.
Oof.
And it didn't
Jay
go.
Carr.
Yeah, and it's got Jamie Carr on the back this time, which I think is just a
big positive.
A huge positive. Interesting how the jockeys are all a bit spread all over the country at the moment. So But I tell you what, it was great last start when it won, and now it
Pretty
gets
dominant, wasn't
Jamie on the back. And yeah, I just think it's $6.50. I think it's so well
Yeah.
worth a little bit of value play on that. So it's going to be a cracking race, but I can't see why it can't win. It'll be very, very competitive. It draws okay.
Yep.
It's not the best draw, but it draws okay. And when you
Yeah.
get one of Australia's top jockeys on the back, I think it'll certainly be able to maneuver around that. So yeah.
Very good. Well, this was a tough one
Mm-hmm.
to decide between the well fancied runners.
Yes.
One that I really liked the debut run was dominant. Kadeem, I think it is.
Yep.
That's come in too. Was 420 or 440 earlier today, so it's coming to 390. Stackhouse sticks, and he's in really good form as well at the moment. Go watch his debut run if you haven't watched its run. It just led and put them to the sword easily. And that was his debut, so I'd expect this horse to improve significantly off that run. Gate 6, it'll push to the front, give itself every chance. I'm going to give you a blowout because I love giving
blowouts, mate. Give it to
love
us.
giving the roughies.
Give it.
Taking Omaha.
Is this a war? Is this something to do with war, mate? Yeah. Omaha Beach, and you don't know.
Omaha Beach is the actual sire. So there you go.
Here we go.
It's a US breeding. Comes off
Are you going the whole to double, mate?
Yeah, I think this is at $31. I thought that was way over this, but Gate 4 this time. We go watch his debut run. It was green as grass. It came wide right round to everyone, and it sort of struck sort of on par with the leaders, and it sort of was just sort of going all over the place, and it
lost its way a little bit.
Yeah, lost its way, and I think that was what cost it in the end. But it had a really wide run as well, and it wasn't ideal. So I think from Gate 4, I think Holder will give it a nice run. It's either going to be up the front or it's going to be just off the speed. I can't see anything but improvement for this colt. I think he's going to be every chance from his position.
Fantastic.
So there you go.
Rightio. Wow, some cracking races on the card tomorrow. I think between the two of us, we found ourselves quite a few little winners there. Fingers crossed.
There too,
yeah,
mate.
I know. It's been nice. It's been nice to actually.
Well,
it's been nice to get back on the page, mate. Sort of you and I always battling against each other, but it's been quite good.
We don't press the no one. I think the battery must be still fully charged on that one.
Yeah, I know. We might actually have to bring that in.
No.
All right, so it does work. It does work. Maybe I figured that it's there. I'm just hoping that you're going to be pressing the yes. But anyway, that's all good. So yeah, good luck, punters. Gamble responsibly. Remember, always enjoy yourself. See how you go tomorrow. We're going to find some more winners for our members that'll come out in the morning.
Sure.
Any final words there, Chief?
No, I think we're going to have a bounce back tomorrow. It's been a bit weird on the Saturday. It's been pretty good in midweeks.
Yeah, midweek's been nice, but I think tomorrow should be pretty strong.
I think Saturday's going to bounce back. We've got the South Australian Carnival on. I think that's always been, in recent years at least, a good chance to find some value. So I think there's going to be some good value there. But I think Victoria getting back to Caulfield, I think that's a positive. We had Mornington and Bendigo the last couple of weeks. And
it'd be nice to get back to the major metros, though.
Yeah.
Where you feel a little bit more
where
at
the
home.
form actually works out, where it actually makes sense, where the winners are like, oh, yeah, I get that. But yeah, hasn't been happening lately. But anyway, we'll get back there tomorrow with Caulfield.
No worries.
And yeah, coming into the Queensland Carnival as well, mate.
I'm
Starting to
very
heat up
excited.
in Queensland. Just starting to see the trickle of nice horses, some good jockeys coming in
they're
there.
all just starting to pop up now. It's all going to start happening from June. So very, very excited for that.
Very good.
Fantastic. See you next week.
See you next week.
See you, punters.